And we welcome you to the Southwood County Recreation Center for Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings hockey. Whether you are joining us tonight on Hockey TV or watching through Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, we welcome you to the Riverkings and the Minnesota Mullets. My name is Milt Van Natta, joined by Paul Kennedy. And Paul, we're getting ready for what is an important series for these Riverkings, who now have climbed into second place, but they have a 1-point edge over two teams, and that's the difference between being on the road or being at home in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're getting down to the end of the season now, Milton. Every game's going to be even more focused and important than what the games before this to this point were. And I think the Riverkings realized that. We were down by the locker rooms prior to the game, and there's a lot of energy down there. The guys are fired up, and they're ready to protect their home ice.
This is a team that has a lot of momentum going. They have won 9 out of their last 10. The only loss in the last 10 games was that 1-0 loss down in the Dells against the Ducks. As you've watched this team, Paul, what do you think are the keys to their hot streak here and what they've got going on?
Well, I think that it's consistency. You know, they work hard every night. They come to the rink prepared to play. Coach Quarters has done an outstanding job getting them ready. And I think that speed has definitely helped them. And with the brisk temperatures we're experiencing outside now, I'm sure the ice tonight is going to be nice and fast. So I think that'll help us. And they think they realize they know where they're at, and then they know where their opponents are at. And they lost that one game to the Ducks, but they're not letting anybody push them around.
It's interesting to know. Let's take, as you get a look, we watch the ice and we see some of the ceremonial puck drops that will be taking place before tonight's game. So let's take a look, Paul, at the schedule, because there are only 4 weekends of regular season play left. Now, here's the good news. The good news is that 3 out of those 4 series are here at the Southwood County Rec Center, and the Riverkings will be playing on home ice. But the bad news is that 4 of the games are against the Hudson Havoc, and they're well out in first place by themselves.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't mean just because they're in first place, it doesn't mean that you automatically cower to that. They've got to come up, they've got to show up that night and play just like the Riverkings do, and on any given night. You know, the Dells Ducks proved that. You know, they went up against the Riverkings a couple weeks ago and beat them on their home ice. And then the next night we kind of got a little payback with that. I believe it was a 9-1 victory. So any team can get beaten on any night. You got to show up every day, and you got to bring your lunchbox and be ready to play.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. The Minnesota Mullets will be wearing the black jerseys with the gold. There's some forest green on there along with some gold and some white, and they will be having Jack Bosted in goal. He'll be to our right as we begin this first period of play. And then they will have on defense Benjamin Borson, and the other defenseman to start the game will be Blake Gutterman. The forwards that will be at the opening face-off for this Minnesota Mullets team are Nate Holm, Tyler Koulis, and then the other will be Tyler Perkins. And so those are the 5 that'll be on the ice first for the Mullets. For the Riverkings, a very familiar group. We've mentioned that Drake Bradshaw will be in goal. He received recognition before the game tonight. You saw that. We didn't talk about it as it occurred, but you saw Drake receive an honor. He'll have Raymond Fleming and Jordan Steer on defense, and then up front it'll be Krieger, Peterson, and the forwards. This, I think, might be the last group. We have an unusually high number of ceremonial puck drops. It's normal to have 1 or 2, but tonight, so many partners to be honored for the Riverkings that there's 5 ceremonial puck drops here tonight. So we'll be underway in just a moment. In fact, they're looking for a puck to drop.
Well, we could have loaned them one a couple weeks ago. We took one up here in the booth.
Well, I remember where it came, and it came right where Art and I are standing right now. So,
well, fortunately, we had our heads up that night. No one was injured up here in the booth. So, So, yeah, the River Kings have a great starting lineup. Adam Peterson's having a great year, 53 points so far. Timo I right behind him with 38. Defensively, Jordan Steers having a great year. You can count on him to hold that puck in the zone and fire a lot of shots in towards the net. So, visiting goaltender covers up a lot of net, but, I think if we can get him moving side to side tonight, get him off of his game a little bit, that top of the net is probably more than likely going to be open.
So moments away from the start of this one, the Mullets come in. They're looking to improve their standing for the postseason as well. They are at 41 points, tied with the Rum River Mallards, which for right now is a tie for 5th place. Now the puck is shot in by Krieger, and they go to chase it in behind the Mullets goal. A backhander by I that is easily steered to the near corner, and the Mullets pick it up and try to head out, but I broke that up, and Krieger dropped it in the zone, and the River Kings go for an opening line change. That'll allow the Mullets to move it out to center. Nice move at the point. Here's a shot that'll go off the paddleboard of Bradshaw and out of play. That's Tyler Perkins firing that one on right wing for the Mullets.
Bradshaw was out on top of the crease there. He was ready for that shot, so good to see him getting in the game early and getting involved. And he's a sharp young man. He's had a good season.
Jesse Edwards out to take the draw, but it's the Mullets who win the draw and shoot it from the right point. And a man in the high slot spinning and fanning on it. It's Nate Holm. He was there and he was open, but he couldn't get his shot off point blank on Bradshaw.
River Kings are doing a good job blanketing the man with the puck right now, so not letting him have any room.
Move to the middle was by Perkins. He was taken off of his skates, and the River Kings shoot it out. That one's tipped off the stick of Richard Young and down into the zone. First man to get it will be Chase McKenzie, the defenseman. He's unable to move it outside of the zone, though, as it's held in there by Hendrickson.
That looked like he picked his head up a little bit on that clearing attempt, and he fanned on it. So River Kings are fortunate to be able to clear the zone.
Millis shoots it down and all the way in. In behind the goal, Bostad cuts it off. Mullets try to move it out, but it's Trevino making a nice check along the near boards and holding the zone. Mullets still don't have it out. They'll be able to skate it out here up the far side, but a good job on the forecheck. And we have a whistle and an offside at the River King blue line. We'll have a neutral ice face-off.
Yeah, the River Kings did a nice job there holding that in their offensive zone. The last few games they've been very strong at that.
Moore steps in against Ripley. Mullets win the draw. They'll shoot it in. Bradshaw watches it go through the high crease but does not make a play on it. River Kings are able to push it out of the zone. That was Bradley McDonald at that far point that was able to move it out. And it's shot along by Zach Hartley. One shot on goal so far, and that belongs to the Mullets. We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the hockey game. River Kings in white, blue, and green. The Mullets in the dark forest green and gold uniforms. We have a face-off that will be coming back down into the Mullet zone to our right. You're watching Wisconsin Rapids River King hockey on Hockey TV and on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Top line's back out there. Krieger with Peterson and I on the wings. And I tries to push it towards the front of the net. Steer lost it, and I shot it back in, and the River Kings will tag up and get onside.
Nice job by Peterson there.
Peterson stole it from Frank. Eyes open, and he shot it wide of Bostad. Mullets step into the zone. Carrying the puck, it's Brophy. But he's ridden off that puck. The River Kings shoot it to the point and not out. And here's a shot that is blocked out high nicely by Cole Krieger. And it goes all the way back down into the Mullets end. McKenzie steps in to hold the zone. Shot it off of Gutterman at defense. And that one never did get through to Bostad. Still no shots on goal for the River Kings. Jesse Edwards picks it up. Shoots it around for Stevenson. It's past him, and here's a man falling down for the Mullets. So Young drives to the goal, but didn't bring the puck along. He lost it as he cut in towards the net. Now off the point, here's a shot by Jurgens, and Bostad makes the save.
Well, if Young can keep that kind of speed up the rest of the night that he just had going into the offensive zone there, it's going to be a long night for the Mullets. He's a big guy, and you know he's hard to slow down. He gets the wheels turning, he cuts back into the net there. That's going to be a long night for them.
McKenzie shot it off of someone in front. It deflects to the near corner. Now McKenzie's got it again. He'll drop it down for Edwards, who tried to sneak it between his legs out front to Jared Stevenson, but that one never got through.
Well, pretty evenly matched so far. We have picked up the shots though, which is good.
They're going to toss Jesse Edwards here. So Stevenson steps in, pushes it to the near boards. It's picked up there by the Mullets and Borison. And the Mullets are going to be able to skate it out to center. Young with the check, and he gets Borison off of the puck, but the Mullets hold the zone at the right point. It's blocked at the defense by McKenzie. Here's Edwards. He's got Stevenson ahead. Edwards has some room on right wing. He tries to center it. He does, into the skates of Young, who never got a shot off. 2-on-3 for the Mullets as Holm pushes it off the near boards. He is checked along the way by Evan Erdman of the Riverkings. There's a centering pass, doesn't click. Smith had his man covered up, and Stevenson heads back, and it's behind Krychak at center ice. So the Mullets turn back, and this one shot off of the stick of Erdman into the near boards. Riverkings move out. The game's starting to open up a little bit. Here's an icing call against the Riverkings at 15:23 to go in the first period. No score between the Mullets and Wisconsin Rapids.
The Riverkings are doing two things on defense that I'm noticing right now that's pretty great. They're collapsing down on the men with the puck, and they are taking the body out in their own end. So that's good, sound defense.
It's going to be a
hand pass.
Yep. And pass at the blue line, so we'll bring it back to the Riverkings end for the face-off. Cody Nelson's our referee tonight. He's in your picture there. He's got the orange armbands on. The linesmen do not. Face-off is to the left of Drake Bradshaw. Cole Krieger will take the draw. And he pulls it away from Koulis, and the Riverkings with Hartley take possession of the puck. Zach Hartley moving it to Erdman. Through center, Krieger with some, he's going to try to pick that puck back up. They move it to the front, but never do get a handle on it. They battle for it, and the Riverkings' Krieger comes away with it. Back out to the point he goes. Trying to make the play here. It's Raymond Fleming, steers on with him. He just drops it into that far corner and lets Adam Peterson dig forward and behind the net. Adam 1 against 3, and he's holding his own. He tries to move it to the front to Timo I, but it never got there. So I checks his man. They battle in that far corner. A shot that goes off the chest of Bostad. Fleming will step down to hold the zone. Well, the Riverkings has lost a stick, but Peterson's got it back now. And the Riverkings go for a change as the Mullets take possession of the puck. No urgency here as they make their own line change. And we've got the fresh players that both teams want out there now. And here comes Koulis through center. Koulis steps in, goes off to the right wing.
Nice stick check.
Now it's intercepted. There's some room to skate for Stevenson. He comes on right wing. He's got men with it. He tries to center it, but the Mullet defender goes down and smothers the puck and pushes it to the far boards. That was a nice job that time by Nolan Frederick.
Yep, good defensive play on his part. So if we'd have been able to get past that, they would have given the Riverkings an advantage, had a man down on the ice. So
battles on in the Riverkings end here. Puck is taken away by Raymond Fleming. Shot it past his forward, and it's held into the zone. It's a delayed offside. The Mullets have to tag up and get onside, and they do. Young fanned on that one, and he gave up possession of the puck to the Mullets. Far side, moving with the puck. And into the zone. Back to retrieve. It's Jurgens. Jurgens battling there with Ostopayak.
So far, the Riverkings are being very responsible in their own end. They're getting back to the puck, and they're doing a great job tying them up on the boards here now. The referee wants them to move it, but
yep, there it is. It comes out to Bradshaw, and now it'll be picked up by the Riverkings, and out they skate. McDonald will backhand it along and in. Riverkings move in on the forecheck. The Mullets sidestep McDonald there, but he comes back and gets a piece of his man. Trevino is out on this forward line as well, along with Max Moore. They get it into the middle of the ice there, but it was quickly covered up. Sweeney was the Mullet man, but the Riverkings cleaned that up in good time. Out comes Wisconsin Rapids with McDonald on right wing. He shot it weakly through traffic. The Riverkings will maintain possession momentarily here, and it comes out to center, and a shot right back in by Millis. Oh, puck comes in front. It's wide open, and spinning to shoot it is Millis, and he just shot it wide of Bostad.
Nice opportunity there, just couldn't connect.
We're now under 12 minutes to go in this opening period. Still no score, and a tight hockey game. We've only had a grand total of 5 shots on goal. Steer moves it over to Fleming.
Yeah, but 5 of those shots, 4 of them have been unanswered, and all of those in favor of the Riverkings. So we're starting to pick up our momentum a little bit. Has a tendency at times this year to start a little slow and pick up speed as the game's gone along. So
Riverkings changing here as the Mullets move out. Intercepted by Krieger. He'll step in off of the cross-ice interception. He's taken off the puck, and Adam Peterson overskates it. Oh, that's deflected, and is it in? No goal light on. Goal. Off of the side post.
Hit the post.
Yeah.
Oh, what can you do?
That close for the Riverkings in a 1-0 lead. It's their 5th shot on goal.
Well, let's see if we can do it this possession here.
Krieger has Peterson and I with him. He's able to push it into the offensive zone. It's picked up there by Frank, but the Riverkings, Peterson's able to get the control of the puck. He shot it right in front, right into the pads of Bostad. And they'll battle and dig for it, and the Riverkings will win the battle again. Moves out of the zone. Timo I had it momentarily, and he'll turn and shoot it in, and Peterson will chase. They're going to call an offside here. Puck will be brought down into the Riverkings zone to the left of Bradshaw.
All right, Riverkings is talking over, got a game plan together now, so let's see them clear the zone, bring it back down.
They're going to toss Krieger out of the face-off circle. So I takes the draw and goes off of Raymond Fleming. It's going to come all the way down, and an icing call.
The Riverkings are going to want to start carrying that puck out of the zone and carrying it down into the other end. It's hard to get any momentum when you're constantly taking faceoffs in your own end.
And again,
are they going to call it a penalty?
What's delay of game? Did I hear?
Delay of game.
There's going to be a discussion here. You see Coach Marty Quarters talking about it with Cody Nelson. the Riverkings have been called for delay of game penalty. Adam Peterson has gone to the box, and Coach Quarters is going to make his case, but it's not. Oh, it's a roughing call. I'm sorry, it's a rough. I originally thought I heard delay of game, but it's a rough. And so Peterson goes to the box, and the Mullets go to the power play. No, it is a delay of game call. That's what I heard originally off the ice, and that is now what was been said from downstairs. So delay of game against the Riverkings, and they're on the penalty kill midway through the first period.
Well, hey, we've scored a couple goals here recently on being shorthanded, so I'm okay with that.
Puck comes out of the zone, and Frederick chases back for the Mullets. Krieger is able to check it away and disrupt the rush. Stepping into the zone, Perkins. Now Frederick moves. It has a man in front and a backhander that was steered aside off of Gutman's stick.
Good job there by Bradshaw.
And he makes a save there with a minute 25 to go on the power play for the Mullets. Standing tall, he makes the save, which was the more difficult of the two there.
Yeah, out on top of the crease again, in position, squared up to the shooter. He's ready for them. So
Frederick at this left point steps in, shot it off of Jurgens.
Jurgens could have moved up on that.
Cleared it all the way out by Edwards.
Should have stepped towards him a little bit instead of moving back or staying in position. Take that shot away.
Gutman lost it. Edwards up to press him, and right behind him is Stevenson, and falling down is Jurgens. That allows the Mullets to step in. They had a 2-on-1, but they are unable to capitalize as the puck comes free in the slot. Now stepping away with it is Frederick. He's got it here on the left wing. Centers it, had a man in the back door, but Bradshaw goes down to cover up. As the play is made there by Nate Holm, but Bradshaw down low on the ice to cover up. When Jurgens went down, you saw the potential for an odd man advantage in the offensive zone for the Mullets, and they got it, but they were unable to capitalize on it, and the game remains tied with no score and 43 seconds on this power play.
If you notice on that last play, the defender made an adjustment from his previous one. He actually stepped towards the shooter and took that away. So good adjustment on the player's part there.
Comment for a little bit. Intermission needs skater comment. So they have sticky business, and then the second performance is magic.
Okay, down across the blue line now. Here comes Krieger. He's headed towards the zone. At the top of the circle, takes a shot, goes wide. Along the far boards now. Coming out past the blue line into center ice. Picked up by the Mullets, heading back the Riverkings way. Into the zone now. Riverkings have killed the penalty.
Oh, and Peterson almost had a one-on-one. Adam picks it up on right wing. He goes in and he shoots it into the chest of Bostad.
Well, the captain was trying to get point number 54 on that one.
8 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in this first period. Still no score. Recent play in the period has favored the Riverkings as they've outshot the Mullets 7-2 in this opening period.
Yeah, it looks like they held them to only one shot on the power play, so you got to appreciate that. Linesmen are being a little particular at this point of the game right now.
Millis takes the draw on. Riverkings shoot it to the far boards. Try to dig and hold this puck in the zone. It's a 2-on-2 scrum in that corner.
Nice job digging it out.
Mullets comes away with it. He's got a man in front, and Krachnik. But the shot comes through from Zach Hartley's stick, and Bostad makes the save.
Yeah, they're going to need to get him moving left or right. He's going to cover way too much net, even if he is down in the butterfly like that, to try and get it past him. You're going to have to get him moving.
Erdman whistles it through traffic, and Bostad got that with his left leg. Right now, the Riverkings making it difficult for the Mullets to break out of the zone. They're able to drop it in, but Erdman will be the first one back to get it.
That was a good clearing attempt on him, even though it didn't make it out past the defense.
Moving with the puck, Frederick on the far side. A shot here didn't get through. That might have hit it might have hit Erdman, but it hit a Riverking on the way through and never got to Bradshaw. This one shot in just to the right of Drake. Puck comes out to center where the Mullets will chase.
Riverkings got a little bit sloppy defensively there last time. They got away from charging the guy with the puck.
In behind the goal, it's Moots to pick it up. There's a man in front. It's Frederick. He tried to move it over to a teammate. The man who's making the change right now, Lindblom. And Lindblom shoots it all the way down, and Bradshaw expected an icing, but there was none. Jurgens battling his man in the corner. Young tries to move out of there with it and does towards Stevenson, but not to him. Move that puck towards the front of the net, but it's cleaned up and taken away by Jesse Edwards.
Yeah, good job there. One pass and out of the zone. That's what you need to have happen.
Edwards cleaning up again, and Jurgens can't shoot it out. Trailer comes in. Borison shoots it wide. They try to backhand it toward the front, but nothing doing there. We're under 6 minutes to go. A centering pass. Bradshaw's down, and covering that disrupts that, and here comes Stevenson. Edwards is with them. McKenzie trails, driving Stevenson. Borstead down, covering up at his right post.
Oh, did you see the way he really stepped and turned on the Jets there? He has.
Yes, he did.
He was with them all the way, and then he decided to take it up another notch, and he left him pretty much behind. So, nice speed there.
5 minutes, 43 seconds in this first period on a chilly Friday night in Wisconsin Rapids. Temperatures already below zero. Perfect night for a hockey game. Jordan Steer shoots it through traffic. A second opportunity there by Kyle Smith, but neither eludes Bostad, and we remain scoreless.
See, that's what they're going to need to do, though. They had him down. Now they got him moving around a little bit.
Here comes Koulis. Koulis 1-on-3, ridden off the puck by Steer.
Good job defensively. Steer hustled to get back. That was a good work.
Fleming battling there. Krachnik's also over there. The Riverkings come up with possession of the puck. Shot all the way down. No icing call. Borison. Peterson took it away. Man's in front. Shot is by Krachnik. Borstead hugs the post and makes the save. Now centering pass to Peterson.
It's like the net's off.
Bostad makes a big save as the net come off its moorings, and Peterson there is scuffling with Borison.
Maybe they're arguing over who's going to pay for that Polito's pizza tonight. There's some delicious Polito's pizza out in the lobby, I noticed. So glad to have them here at the Southwood Rec Center tonight.
Krieger, Peterson, Erdman and Hartley, the 5 Riverkings on the ice.
Nice job.
Held at the point by Timo I. Holm had it for a moment. Krieger goes for it. Cole ridden off the puck and hit hard by Holm. Now backhanded up the boards and out of the zone to center. Hartley will be there first. He'll shoot it in, and Peterson will go and chase it. Adam makes a play, centers it. Timo I walks in, and he never got a handle on the puck to get off a good shot. Now digging through, Jesse Edwards has the puck. He's got 2 Mullets riding him in that corner.
See, it's a good job. They're making them question what they're going to do, and they're having them back in their own end now.
Turning and heading with the puck, it's Perkins. Ooh, and did you see Bradshaw just snap that one out of the air with the catching glove?
Great shot, great save. He was in position the whole time, so.
Just enough room to get that one off, Paul.
Yeah, they're not giving them a lot of time and space down there, which is exactly what you want to be doing. So they got to keep that up the rest of the game.
Under 4 minutes in this scoreless first period. Richard Young lost that one, gave it up. Mullet shoot it in behind the goal. Big hit, ooh, and the linesman and Jesse Edwards collide there. Allows the Mullets and Ripley to step in. On right wing, a shot, Bradshaw down. River King defender has lost his stick. There's 6 men in behind the goal battling for it. Man's open, oh, and he just couldn't quite pull it in on his stick. That was Tyler Morrison, who had an open net, but he never got the puck. So here comes Richard Young, 1-on-3. He comes down the right wing. He's got a trailer up front, but he can't get to the puck. He's checked away from it, so Kyle Smith joins the fight for it.
Yeah, they're going to have a hard time knocking Richard Young off the puck.
Well, to center for McKenzie off of Smith's stick. So back to get it is Nolan Frederick.
Looks like the Mullets may be starting to get a little frustrated. Hullaby's taking a few liberties with a couple of River Kings on this outing here so far.
We'll keep an eye on number 17 there. Out front, the puck comes to Moore. No room as Hullaby was right there. Turning away steer, Bradshaw will help him and get the River Kings out of harm's way. An interception momentarily by Hullaby, but then taken back by Raymond Fleming. The River Kings just pitchfork it out of the zone.
They like how calm they are in their defensive zone. You know, things aren't going 100% their way down there, but they don't seem out of control. They just stay with the play and they work together as a team to clear the zone. So
Moore hits Smith and rides him off the puck. Peterson with eye going to the front. Shot it off of that far post on the pass, outside of the post. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the first period. There'll be some special entertainment from some young figure skaters between the first and the second period that we'll bring you here on Hockey TV and on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Final 90 seconds of the period. River Kings have the puck in behind their own goal. Puck comes free to the Mullets, who shoot it deeper along, and Lindblom. Then off the stick of I, they wave off any icing here. Mullets turn out with it. Stevenson on the forecheck. He might be the first to get there. Jared does. Got a man coming to the front. Edwards just behind him. Erdman through traffic, shot it wide. Young's in front. Edwards for Young. Where's that puck? Oh, Richard couldn't pull it in, but from the point, Erdman shot it off of the shins of the defender. Comes in front again, and Edwards couldn't redirect it in.
He got a little piece of it, but not enough room.
40 seconds for the period. River Kings putting on the pressure with Erdman. Now it's out of the zone. Moving with it is Sweeney. He'll shoot it high and out of play with 30.7 seconds to go. And they're going to bring the face-off to center ice.
Well, that was great pressure there by the River Kings. You know, even if you can't score, you know, if you can put that kind of pressure on them going into the end of the period, it helps carry that momentum forward to the start of the second.
Shot down to Bradshaw, who easily steers it aside. It will be the 6th shot on goal of the period for the Mullets. Borison through traffic, kicked away by I and out of play. with 16 seconds to go.
Well, the Mullets paid a price for that that last offensive possession there. They got ridden off by the puck by 2 Riverkings in the corner. So great way to defend your zone.
Morrison takes a hit at the point from Peterson. Oh, going down. Timo does a great job to block that shot from home. Just 4 seconds now as the puck's out along the boards. The period's going to end as Peterson shoots it down. The Riverkings with 13 shots on goal and the Mullets with 6. But there's no score in the hockey game between the Mullets and the Riverkings. We're going to take the shortest of timeouts. Bill Van Atta, Paul Kennedy back with you. You're watching Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings hockey on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Paul, thoughts on that first period and what you expect, especially as this second period opens up?
Well, I think the Riverkings did a lot of great things in that period. You know, they were not way behind, but they were behind on the shot totals to start out, and they certainly recovered from that now and almost doubled up. They did double up the Riverkings there, or the Mullets there. I still think they're going to need to crash the net a little bit, get that goalie moving side to side. He's a big guy. He covers up a lot of that net. You got to get him out of position and just make life hard on him. So,
do you get the impression, as I do in this particular hockey game, that once the first one goes in, it might not be nearly as difficult for the second and the third?
Potentially, yeah. That's you know, they seem to come in bunches at times, and it may not necessarily be a pretty goal that goes in first. We were very close to scoring. We bounced that one off the post. Had that been another 2 inches to the left, we'd be lighting the lamp.
Yep. So we'll see what happens here in the period. The Riverkings had the better of the territorial play, shooting the Mullets in the first 13-6. Hit a post, as Paul said, but we're still scoreless. And as the teams get ready for the opening faceoff, I'm just going to run down the standings for you. Hudson's first in the Western Division of the Premier Midwest Hockey League. They have 56 points. The Riverkings are in second at 47. Then it's the Minnesota Moose and the Minnesota Blue Ox, both with 46. And then the Rum River Mallards and the Minnesota Mullets both have 41. And again, if you finish in one of those top 2 spots, you can make it to the national tournament on home ice with home ice playoff games, and that's certainly one of the goals. So the Riverkings now heading to our left into the Mullets zone. Krieger ridden off the puck, but at the point, Steer lets one fly. Never got through, boy. That at the side of the net. Peterson got the loose puck, and he shot it. I don't know if it was Bostad who got a piece or not, but it was just wide.
Well, the Mullets defenseman's hurt. He took that shot up pretty high, and
I think right in the ribs, didn't he?
It looked like it. Yeah. He's definitely felt that one. So maybe we could take advantage of that. You don't want to see anybody get hurt, but
here's a loose puck and a potential breakaway. Fleming's trying to cover. In, shot, score. It's Tyler Koulis who took the turnover and put it into the net behind Bradshaw.
That was a great shot. You can't take that away from him. He did what he's supposed to do. You bring it down, you go for the top corner. He made a great shot.
What happened with the turnover, Paul? Did you see it in the neutral zone?
Just looked like the puck just rolled away from us a little bit, and the Mullets were able to jump on it. So, but Milt, I was looking at the standings. You were talking about that just a minute ago.
Yes.
Even though we just gave up a goal, potentially we could earn 16 points in the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
We're only 9 points out of first place. Potentially, the Riverkings could go on a run and maybe even end up in first in this division.
Remember that after this weekend set against the Mullets, the next 4 are against the Hudson Havoc, the first place team. So you can do it head up against them. You don't need to look for help. You just got to go out and beat them. But first, there's a game tonight to worry about with the Mullets on top 1-0. Koulis's goal is unassisted, and it comes at 50 seconds of the second period, and the Mullets on their 7th shot of the night go up top by a score of 1-0. Jesse Edwards in there digging away. Richard Young will get a face-off win as he controls the puck for the Riverkings. Young tries to center it for Stevenson, and we've got a penalty here. And I believe the Riverkings are about to head out onto the power play with the chance to...
I don't know about that.
No, it's going to be Edwards who's coming, and it's also one of the Mullets, so we're going to have 4-on-4, I would guess. Wow, they both go. Interesting. I did not see what happened, Paul. Did you?
It looked like he knocked a River King player down. Maybe he's going to get him for roughing or cross-checking, but I'm not sure why the River King player's going.
Edwards gets a slash. Ripley gets a slash as well, so they just did a little dance party with their sticks as they were awaiting the face-off, and they both get 2, and we're going to play 4-on-4. Lots of ice out there for skaters to work in. Krieger's up front with Peterson. On the back end, you've got Jurgens and McKenzie for the Riverkings.
I'm not sure when the last time I saw matching slashing minors was.
Yeah, it's been a while, certainly. Here's Koulis, the goal scorer. Goes over to Gutterman, broken up by Peterson. Krieger tried to pick his pocket, disrupted the play, and McKenzie will head out. McKenzie steps into the zone on the right wing. Just a soft shot that Bostad easily steers aside.
Yeah,
Picking
nice
up the
rebound.
puck. Here comes Peterson's got a man in front. It's I. He holds. Here's a trailer. Jurgen shot. Saved by Bostad. They had it set up well that time, Paul.
They did a step to the right there and try to get that on the backhand, and I think they would have been successful. But good setup on that. You know, on that soft shot before that, the goalie gave up a big rebound. We just didn't have anybody in position at that time, but it just shows you keep taking shots towards the net. You never know what can happen.
Minute 15 on the matching minors and minute 15 on the 4-on-4 hockey that we're enjoying right now. Right on to the stick of the Riverkings in Erdman, but it's intercepted, and Holmes steps in. He shoots it across for his line mate there, Tyler Perkins, but that doesn't come to fruition, and Stevenson turns it back to Erdman of the Riverkings. Through the legs of the defenseman, but the Mullets maintain possession momentarily. Now Stevenson will chase. He's going to get to this puck first.
They got to get somebody to the front of the net.
Peterson goes for Hartley at the point. Erdman through traffic behind Peterson, who chases to the corner with 20 seconds left here in the 4-on-4. Broken up by Holm and sent out of the zone, so the Riverkings have to get onside. Do we have a high stick called here?
Looked like it. Peterson looked like he's a little disheveled there.
Door to the penalty box for the Mullets is opening. So the Riverkings are going to have a power play here. It's going to be 4-on-3 hockey for 17 seconds, and then it'll become 5-on-4 hockey. So Perkins, high sticking call, gives the Riverkings their first power play of the night. Jordan Steer, he's out there at the forward spot with Krieger and Peterson. Just one defenseman out there, that's Fleming. Peterson comes to Raymond Fleming. Turning now with the puck, it's Jordan Steer. It's 5-on-4 now, 5-on-4. Minute and a half for the Riverkings.
They had I going to the net just a second ago, and they just couldn't get the puck to him.
Here comes Timo here driving into the face-off circle.
Nice save.
Steer reaches out to make that save. Minute 20. I maintains possession. So a one-timer by Peterson right off the leg pads with the thump of Bostad, who makes his 16th save of the night. One-timer Fleming gears up but sends it back to Steer. Walking in, shot through traffic. Krieger for pucks right in the crease and free behind Bostad, but no River King could get there.
But they had him moving side to side a little bit that time, and that's what they're going to need to do.
Koulis with the save there by Bradshaw. Ahead to Edwards, who flips it off to Peterson. Peterson moves in, shot it off of Frederick's stick, and out of play with 44 seconds on the power play for the Riverkings. Just our second power play of the night for either team. Riverkings killed off a Mullets power play in the first. 44 seconds here.
Big good opportunity for us to tie this up here.
McKenzie. Now the Edwards with it. Jurgens at the right point. Edwards head up, moves it for McKenzie, past him, but gathered quickly back in. Taken away by the Mullets. Now here comes Morrison as a man breaking in front, but Edwards is able to break that up and then nearly in the back door. We're going to get the net is off of its moorings. There's no penalty here as the Mullets drive the net and have the back door open, but they cannot connect as the Riverkings were able to cover up there and catch up defensively and keep this a 1-0 hockey game.
Yeah, they did a good job of getting back there defensively. They certainly had the backside open, so good job to tie him up and not let him get a chance at that open net.
So 14 seconds here as Timo I moves in, drops it for Peterson. Krieger moves it down for Peterson. Eyes in front. 1 second. Power play's over. We're back to even strength. A big blast by Fleming up and over the net. And past Bosted to the back boards.
That was headhunting there.
Peterson maintains puck possession. Fleming through traffic. He scores! Raymond Fleming, I'm not sure if that got deflected in front or not.
Yeah, that looked like Timo I tipped that, knocked that puck down on the way in. I could be wrong, but
yeah, he's going first through the line. I think he got it.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to have to do against this guy. He's just so big. Yeah, and goaltender pads now, I mean, they're almost the size of city buses. So it's pretty big, and there's not a lot of room to shoot at out there. So
we're going to give I the goal. I'm certain that I think Fleming will get one of the assists, and we'll see if there's a second assist on the Riverkings goal that ties it up at 1-1. Somehow that sounds, Paul, like a man who prefers smaller goalie pads.
Well, Milt, the last time I played goal, I was looking up at the crossbar, but yeah, I prefer old gear.
So Peterson and Fleming get the assists on the Timo I goal. We're tied at 1 as we approach the 6-minute mark of period number 2.
I think the only thing prettier than that goal is some more of that Polito's pizza between periods. I may have to make my way back down there.
So I need to know the story of what cut short your goaltending career.
I relocated to Florida.
Okay. 1-1 here. Riverkings and Mullets. Stevenson drops it for Edwards. Young goes to the front. Jesse still battling to get that loose puck. He'll come up to the far dasher boards and drop it down for Young. Jurgens has some room, snaps it. Bosted got it with the glove.
They're getting in front of him now. They're getting dirty out there. It's not they're not trying to make highlight reel plays. They're just trying to work hard and get to the front of the net and make life difficult on him. And that's what you're going to need to do.
So, Paul, does that mean that youth hockey programs in Florida are less developed than they are in other places?
In 1978, they were. Yes, sir. Yeah.
There was a delayed offside there. Kyle Smith steals the puck and steps in. He's got a man, Millis, coming to the front, but he never could get it over to him.
Not sure why he didn't pass that. He had him wide open.
At center ice, Frederick picks it up. Riverkings steal it. Here they come, stepping into the zone is McKenzie. They'll move it along to Millis. Millis has Jurgens out here at the point.
Yeah, they picked up some extra fire in their step now since that goal.
Yeah, there's a definite jump in the Riverkings after the 1-1 tie here on the goal by Timo I.
Nice job holding that in.
But the Mullets now able to move it out, and they shoot it across into the Riverking end, but quickly turned back. There's McDonald. He'll move to right wing. He's got a trailer. Trevino snaps it off. And yeah, Bostad just got a sliver of that one. Moore has a man in front.
Let's see, he's staying out in front now. He's staying in front of the net. And that's what we're going to have to do.
In case you're wondering, fans, the mascot or the icon, if you will, of the Mullets is just that, the mullet hairdo. It's a part of their jersey. It's a part of the back of the neck of their jersey. And it looks like the Riverkings are going back to the power play after they send a man to the box here. It's Ostapayak who heads to the box.
Maybe he's being penalized for the haircut.
2 minutes for roughing for Ostapayak. And so the Riverkings will have a chance here to take the lead. It's 1-1 as they go back to the power play. Now Fleming calls for the puck. Steer, Fleming, over to Krieger. There's Timo Ida Peterson, and that went off of a stick and out of play.
They've got to get a little crisper with the passing. A lot of passes back behind where the guy can't reach the puck to get the shot away. Take an extra half a second. You know, they're getting a little room. Take an extra half a second.
Fleming.
Make a good pass.
And Steer are at the points. Krieger, and Peterson are the forwards on the power play. Adam Peterson cleans up and gets it back to Raymond Fleming. Peterson walks in, fires through the screen of Krieger. I don't know if that got the shoulder of Bostad or the net, but it was just at that right post.
Just couldn't sneak it in the short side.
Give and go between and Peterson. Fleming. Steer looks. Krieger for Fleming. Oh, down low for and that one that was deflected by Timo.
Yeah, he had the right idea. He had the stick on the ice and was aiming it towards him. He just couldn't get it to go.
1 minute, 1 second left on this power play. They're going to leave that forward line out there. They've been out there for most of this power play, but they're going to stay out there. Jordan Steer trying to get the defense moving and create a mini 2-on-1 in front. Tries to go to the back door, and Fleming has broken up. A shot off the left shoulder of Bostad. That one was from Steer, who had dropped down.
Good idea shooting that high like that, though. Bottom of the net's covered up, so.
30 seconds for the power play, 10:38 for the period. We're tied at 1 here at the Southwood County Rec Center. The Riverkings and the Minnesota Mullets on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Richard Young. Jesse Fleming now, down low they go. Peterson. Don't know if that one went off of Edwards or got to Bostad. Doesn't matter now. As the power play's over, the Riverkings are 0 for 2. Peterson has it, looking for Young cutting to the front. Peterson through traffic, never got through. And the Mullets pick it up and they head out.
Well, Young made friends.
Peterson stepping in, makes a move to the middle, strong on the puck, taken down. The referee's arm is not in the air. Fleming fires away, that's wide. And McKenzie tries to shovel it to the front.
Peterson's having a rough night. He took a high stick earlier, and now that looked to be a borderline elbow.
Perkins tries to step around Juergens, cannot. Juergens took it away. Now man walks in front, nets off its moorings.
That may be a penalty.
Oh my goodness, was it intentionally taken off its moorings?
Well, it looked like it was pretty close.
They're going to talk about it here. I'm not sure if there's any. Referee Cody Nelson is discussing it there with Adam Peterson.
Peterson may be having a conversation with him about that last hit, too. That looked to be a little high.
Joining the conversation is Sebastian Frank of the Mullets. It doesn't appear as if we're going to have any call of of sorts. Well, while they're discussing this, Paul, I've got a question for you. You've commented a couple of times tonight that Bosted's a big goaltender. He covers up a lot of space. Is he nimble? Does he move well, in your opinion, or do the Riverkings have an opportunity to take advantage of that?
Well, it's hard to say. They really haven't got him moving around much. By and large, most of the night, he's been able to stand in position and make the save. So that's where getting down low and moving that puck side to side, quickly and getting the precise passing, all that is going to get him moving side to side. He's a big guy. If you get him moving side to side, you got the top of the net to work with, you're far more likely to get something by him. So
Bradshaw makes a save a moment ago, and here comes a face-off to his right. This one is lifted to the blue line, but not out. And it's sent to the front, and Morrison couldn't gather it in as he skated in front of Bradshaw.
Riverkings need to slow it down a little bit here. They're all scattered chasing the puck.
Shot out to center. Krieger's able to push it along, but past Peterson to the Mullets defense. Frank was the man who got there first. Now Peterson steps in. Krieger's going to the front.
Now get somebody to the front of the net. There we go. Peterson's working out there now.
Shot out of the zone causes Erdman to chase. He's back there with Hartley. Farachnik moves with it on right wing, backhands it to the front. Tried to find Kyle Smith, nothing clicked there.
That looked to be knocked down with a high stick.
Jordan, up above the shoulder. Steer was the first to get there, shot all the way down, and an icing is the call. It'll bring the faceoff back into the Riverkings zone. With 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go, it has been an eventful second period. Each team garnering a goal, and we have a tight hockey game here past the midway point. Sinatra moves it along to Gutterman, and a score. That one got through Bradshaw. A simple play out top. Defenseman to defenseman. Sinatra moved it over to Gutterman, and he blasted it in. 2-1 Mullets.
Well, that's, you got to keep shooting the puck. You never know what's going to go.
Mullets move out on top 2-1. Gutterman will get the goal. Blake Gutterman from the left point puts the Mullets back out on top.
Now the Riverkings, after they scored that last goal, they picked up a lot of momentum. They need to get back to that.
He was assisted by 11, Nico Sinatra, and by number 38, Joseph Brophy.
So they give Brophy an assist as well as Sinatra.
Here we go.
Breaking in. Here comes a backhander and a save. A save off of Stevenson by Brostad.
Good job by Stevenson picking that back up, though, and trying to get back, trying to keep it in the zone.
Young turns with it, gets
Here
it to
it comes.
Stevenson. He comes in on left wing this time. Young the trailer. Here come the defensemen into the play.
There we go.
McKenzie turns with it. Just drops it behind the goal line. The Mullets look to skate out.
Okay, so you got them back on their heels a little bit, even though they hold the lead.
A potential 2-on-1 there, but that one just eludes Richard Young. Peterson working hard in behind the goal with Nate Holm. Mullets step out and into center ice. Perkins on a right wing. Hartley's there with him. Krieger. Now Holm moves with it. It's got a man in the high slot. Brophy tried to get to the puck but could not. Riverkings. Krieger shoots it to the line and not out, but now Erdman will be able to move it out. He comes with eye. Erdman and eye. Long shot Erdman. And Bostad makes the save.
It's a good play by Erdman there. He did a good job getting out of his own zone, brought it down through the neutral zone and got a shot. Yeah, it wasn't the best shot ever, but potential for a rebound was there. So crashing the net and getting this guy moving, I still think is how you're going to be successful.
6 minutes, 21 seconds left, second period now. Cody Nelson's at the scorer's booth, and the person who works the score sheet is writing down a penalty against the Mullets.
They've got the penalty box door open for them, so.
This will be the third power play opportunity of the night for the Riverkings. You can see that Sebastian Frank is there discussing it. Jesse Edwards listening in as the captain of the Riverkings. Whoa. Whoa. A major, 5-minute major in a game misconduct. I believe I heard Brophy. That's what I heard anyway. We'll see. But Ostapayak heads in, but Brophy's done. 5-minute major. So, folks, here's the deal now. This is a game changer. The Riverkings have a power play for the next 5 minutes, no matter how many times they score. They can score 10 goals if they can rack them up, but they will remain a man up for the next 5 minutes because of the major. Krieger.
Well, if nothing else, they've got to tie the game up on this during this penalty.
Fleming with Steer on defense. Krieger, Peterson, the top line is on the ice, including Peterson, the top scorer. 5-on-4 hockey. That one whistles through the crease into the near boards. 4.5 minutes on the major to Brophy, and shot all the way down. 2-1 Mullets. Riverkings looking to, as Paul said, at the very least tie the hockey game, but they'd like to come out of this major with the lead as we get near the final moments of this second period. Down goes one of the Mullets as he scrums with Krieger. Puck comes free to Steer. Fleming, save, boasted rebound away from Peterson. Just bounced away from Adam. Fleming through traffic. That one never got past Krieger and home.
They've got to start going to the net more.
Now Fleming skates it down from the point. Peterson tried to get it across and find the puck to Steer, stepping down off the point, but that one's broken up and sent all the way out. And Frederick's going to get it for the Mullets, and he's going to be able to shoot it out to center and all the way down as well. We are 1.5 minutes into the 5-minute major, and it remains 2-1 Mullets.
Well, this could be a big momentum swing in either direction. You know, if the Riverkings are able to tie it up or possibly go ahead, then, you know, the penalty definitely will help them out. But if the Mullets can kill it,
that's a big deal for them.
Absolutely.
Huge deal to head into the period having killed off a 5-minute major. We've got a little over 3 minutes to go on this major penalty against Brophy. Off of McKenzie's glove, but he holds the zone. Stevenson. Jared Stevenson along the far boards to Edwards. Now Jurgens moves it to McKenzie, to Edwards along that right wing again.
They're trying to make the perfect play right now. You don't need the perfect play. Get the puck on net, get somebody in front, knock it down. That's the way Team OI just scored. We prove we can beat the guy when we do things like that.
Hullabye shoots it out. We are at 2.5 minutes remaining on the major penalty. 2-1 Mullets, 3:48 overall to go in this second period. You're watching Riverkings hockey on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Stepping in with the puck, Krieger is able to elude a couple of defenders and holding the zone. It's Team OI. Steer.
Shoot.
Walking in, turning back now, spinning with the puck. It's Cole Krieger.
Shoot.
One-timer Fleming, and he ties it up at 2. Raymond Fleming gets the goal. And then the Riverkings will have another 1:56 of power play time to take the lead before the period ends.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. They were holding it. Everybody's trying to make the perfect highlight reel shot. Get it on net. Get that goaltender moving. Get him out of position.
We'll see who gets the assists on Raymond Fleming's goal that ties it up at 2 apiece. So Timo I and Raymond Fleming have the goals here tonight. We know one thing for sure, Fleming's got 2 points because he assisted on I's goal back earlier in the period. We'll get the call from downstairs in a moment.
Wisconsin Rapids power play goal scored by number 8, Raymond Fleming. He was assisted by number 4, Timo I, and by number 12, Cole Krager. Fleming
So
from I and Krager, time on the power play.
So Krieger and I get the assists on Fleming's goal, both Fleming and I with 2 points here in the hockey game. 1:24 to go on the power play. Remember, it's a major, so the Riverkings remain a man up for another 1:15. One-timer, nearly deflected in by Peterson. Fleming
Good try,
let that one go, and Peterson tried to redirect it, but just didn't quite get it past Bostad.
You know, one thing, too, about this 5-minute major is that player being disqualified for the rest of the game. Now the coach has got a short bench. He's got to try and move guys around and get them playing with each other. They may not always do that.
Bradshaw plays it away from Perkins, but Perkins will still be the first to get to it.
He's just going to try and cut some time off that penalty right now.
Shot it off of Peterson's skates. Nearly a big mistake there. 43 seconds to go, and the Riverkings are going to get possession of the puck here with Peterson and Edwards getting it free, and Kratchnik was open, and Peterson just didn't quite click on that pass. So now here comes Koulis with a chance. He's got a man going to the front, and a beautiful job by Fleming to go down and take away the pass. Turning the other way, here comes Peterson. He'll hold up. That's Kratchnik. The trailer is Edwards. Jesse moves past one man, but can't quite bring the puck with him, and there's 15 seconds on the power play. Erdman, he's got Richard Young. Over to Young, he shoots. Bostad makes the save, and now we're going to get a little scrum here between Frederick and Young.
Yeah, Frederick took a cheap shot at him there, it looked like. So I don't blame Young for being upset there. You know, there's no use to use a stick here for anything other than shooting pucks.
5 seconds for the power play, 1:26 for the period. Cody Nelson comes to the scorer's bench. There's going to be another penalty here. It's against the Mullets, and it's against Koulis. Is there going to be a River King that goes as well as Young
like
going?
Young's going.
Yep, so no man advantage coming out of that.
On the, Peterson made a great play on that previous zone entry. When the puck went down in the corner here, you see a lot of times people try and play the puck. Because they're in the offensive zone. He didn't do that. He played the man and was able to tie him up when the puck came out. So that was smart thinking on his part, which probably explains why he's the captain. They're saying power play now on the River Kings bench, and Young is not in the penalty box.
So Koulis goes for roughing, but Young does not get a penalty here. So the River Kings will have the briefest of two-man advantages, just 5 seconds. And as soon as 5 seconds of play has occurred, the man will come out of the box, but they'll remain on the power play potentially for the rest of the period. A two-man advantage.
And I think the referees got that right. I think pulling Young out of the box like that was the right thing to do.
All right, now back to a one-man advantage, but still a two-man edge because that man's not out there yet. Fleming off the shoulder, the right shoulder of Bostad. Now we're back to 5-on-4 hockey for the remainder of the period unless the River Kings score. Peterson goes cross ice, Steer stepping down, tried to move it in front to I, and it's broken up nicely by the Mullets. Play continues with a minute to go. Gregor in behind the goal line. Down goes one of the Mullets. It's going to give the River Kings Fleming, who moves it over to Peterson. Tried to get it past Bostad. Second time he does. He scores. Adam Peterson makes it 3-2 River Kings.
Well, that was great hard work for Peterson paying off. He's taken a couple of big hits tonight. Took that high stick. and he just keeps battling back, so it's hard to keep him down.
Three-two Riverkings. And even though they only got one on the two-man advantage, this accumulation of penalties at the end of the period allows them to capture a 3-2 lead with 47.6 to go. We'll see about assists on the Peterson goal. Adams' second point of the night.
You can see the momentum starting to pick up before he scored that goal, too. They were starting to put the pressure on.
Wisconsin Rapids power play goal. Scored by number 28, Adam Peterson.
Ooh, near a breakaway there. So Fleming and Krager, here's a 3-on-2 for the Riverkings. Moving it to the middle for Edwards, who takes a shoulder check. Turning back with 20 seconds. The other way come the Mullets. They try to drop it into the corner, but it goes out of play. So Adam Peterson's goal is his second point of the night, and he's up to 55 points on the year. Fleming has 3 points on the night, a goal and 2 assists, and Cole Krager now has 2 assists. He's assisted on each of the last 2 River King goals.
Well, and he's made a lot of plays tonight away from the puck, too, that have been really spectacular. So it's not always about what you do when you're holding the puck, you know.
So we're back to full strength for the final 15 seconds. Here comes a delayed penalty. The River Kings are going to go shorthanded when the third period begins. Frank, and it's touched up by Timo. Oh, now that's
going to draw a crowd.
So well after the whistle, Krager shot it rather vigorously towards Bostad. That's a no-no. And with 3.1 seconds to go, Minnesota's going to a power play. And that, of course, carries over into the third period.
Yeah, I think you want to commend the Mullets for their discipline there.
Yeah.
You know, that shot was well after the whistle, and maybe he just didn't hear the whistle. You know, it is a little bit loud in here. We got a pretty good crowd here tonight, so perhaps he didn't hear it. But for them they realized that they were going on the power play, so for them to hold back from retaliating there, I think is commendable.
So Jurgens gets a hooking call at 19:57. Bradshaw tried to just move that right away, but they blew the whistle, so we'll have another face-off. The Mullets will have a minute 57 of power play to begin the third period. They're down by 1 after a pair of late goals by the River Kings. Fleming and Peterson erase a 2-1 deficit and give the River Kings a 3-2 lead. So we've played 2. We've got plenty to talk about, and we'll do it just before the third period begins. You're watching Wisconsin Rapids River Kings hockey on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Third period action will be underway in about 1 minute here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Milt Van Atta and Paul Kennedy are with you for tonight's call of this 3-2 hockey game. River Kings getting 2 late goals on the power play to inch in front after trailing 2-1. And what's your overall summation of that second period, Paul? 5 goals in the period, but a little bit of a choppy period in some ways, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know you'd run hockey camp that way, but it worked out in our favor.
Yeah.
The River Kings came out and definitely took advantage of that 5-minute major.
Yes, they did.
They started picking up some momentum, which is great. I had a chance to stop down by the locker rooms on the way there and talk to Chase McKenzie for a second. I asked him what did he think they needed to do to win the game, and he said, just keep bearing down, keep getting the puck deep, and keep the pressure on them. So
that's exactly what we'll watch. 20 minutes to go, 3-2 River Kings, and you've got Krager in between Peterson, and out there at the other forward, Fleming was out there on the face-off dot, but I see that we're playing 5-on-4 with the power play for the Mullets. Almost forgot that for a moment. The River Kings would start a man down. That's why I's not out there on the ice right now as we would expect him to be with this line. 3-2, Mullets trying to tie it with 1:35 remaining of power play time. Drake Bradshaw is in goal for the Riverkings. He has made 11 saves tonight, and there's one that's whistled high and wide of his glove side.
Great job clearing that.
And that great job was done by number 8, the captain, Raymond Fleming from Samanchitz, Washington.
He's having a good night.
He sure has a big night offensively. Raymond's already got 3 points tonight. Cross ice into the near corner, where Steer moves it past the stick of Fleming, and that'll allow Perkins to hold the zone. And that one shot off the left arm of Bradshaw, bounces off the back glass and right back to the side of the net. 55 seconds. 55 seconds to go on the power play here for the Mullets.
Yeah, that was a little unusual. You know, Peterson really tried to play the puck there instead of playing the man along the far wall there. That's not usually what he does. He's usually pretty good about rubbing his man out against the wall and taking that puck away. So
Stevenson, a nice job there to poke it out of the zone. The game changes, fans, when you're playing special teams, power play, penalty kill, and we will have played 7 consecutive minutes of special teams here in about 40 seconds. Koulis cross ice, but that'll be cleaned up by Hartley, and he'll shoot it all the way down.
Good job. You know, he didn't try to get fancy with that or anything. He picked it up, dumped it down the other end, killed some time on the clock.
Gutterman, excuse me, Paul. Gutterman drops it back, and it's Frederick carrying the puck. Sends the referee, the linesman down on his backside as he ducked under that shot into the zone.
That was gazelle-like.
Bradshaw covers it with the glove against the paddleboard with 2 seconds on the power play. Jurgens will pop out as soon as that puck hits the ice, and we'll be back to full strength. 18:05 for the third. It's 3-2 Riverkings. Second period goals. All 5 of them came in the second period here tonight. So a big penalty kill for the Riverkings as they maintain their 1-goal advantage right in front. Morrison on the doorstep, but Bradshaw made the save with the glove.
Yeah, Bradshaw was in position there. He was waiting for that shot.
The Hudson Havoc, who are the team that is in first place in the Western Division of the Premier Midwest Hockey League, is off until Sunday. They'll have a home game against the Steele County Blades before they come here next Friday and Saturday. So the Riverkings have an opportunity to earn 4 points before the Havoc play again. Peterson digging in the corner. Puck comes free, and Morrison will pick it up.
Well, it'd be nice to get a little help from the Steele County Blades there. They somehow managed to find a win against the Havoc.
Backhanded along, by the way. After that game against the Blades, the Havoc and the Riverkings play 4 games against one another. 2 here, 2 there. Pass McKenzie, and that one actually hopped into the bench and out of play.
All right, first we're going to give away our raffle basket from tonight. If you have raffle basket tickets, the winning number is 455757.
All right, be a good time to win a draw.
4557.
And the Riverkings do that. Kratchnik to McKenzie. Smith is dumped, firing it off the point is Jurgens.
50-50, winning number 84713.
We're going to move the face-off outside of the zone.
7133. If that's your number, congratulations, you won tonight's 50-50. Collect your winnings now by the merchandise.
17 minutes for the third period. Riverkings 3-2 over the Mullets. Linesman calling an offside here, so we'll have a neutral zone face-off again.
That's a big hockey weekend this weekend, Milt. I believe the NHL All-Star Game's being played out in San Jose.
It is. I think, is the skills competition tonight or tomorrow night?
I think it may be tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then, of course, the 3-on-3 format on Sunday afternoon, that little tournament that they play now amongst the 4 divisions. Along the near boards, Jesse Edwards is trying to hold it in the zone. He takes a big hit there. McKenzie will step in and shoot it to the back boards. Nice job by Young to allow Jurgens to play the puck, but it's taken away by the Mullets, and skating through center.
Nice job with the stick.
Moats.
Sorry, Moats. Yeah, Jurgens did a nice job using the stick to try and knock that puck away as the Minnesota player was moving back down the ice. So even though he had given up the turnover at the blue line, he stayed with the play. So.
Off the draw, one-timer by Holmes, and he shot it into I. Backhanded out to center. Peterson coming down on left wing, tries to drive the net down. He goes down, the defender goes, both spill to the back boards. No penalty call. Perkins has it taken away by I. I has Krager going to the front. Puck's loose. Krager dives for it. And now the whistle will blow because the goal is off its moorings.
Looked like the Mullets were trying to shoot on their own net for a second. So do you see any potential future NHL All-Stars out on the ice tonight?
There's some outstanding hockey players out there.
They certainly are. So it's great to have them in town here and growing hockey up and down the river is the motto. So.
Absolutely. I don't know. That, you know, Paul, that's something for you to investigate if there have been National Hockey League players who have come out of this you know, the Premier Midwest Junior Hockey League. I haven't ever done that research, but it'd be something interesting to check out.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I thought I read somewhere that Coach Quarters has 8 or 9 players that made it to the NHL. I could be wrong on that.
Oh, okay.
But
shot out of play. Love to see that list. Here comes Perkins moving to left wing. Backhanded along by Gutterman. Loose puck is gathered in by Kyle Smith. Krachnik on left wing has Millis coming to the front shot off the right shoulder and shrugged away by Bostad. Out at center, Erdman makes the nice defensive play and turns the Mullets back. Smith steps in and shoots it in. Edwards kicks it along. Goes in behind the net. Steer looks for a shooting alley, and he shot it through a screen, and it went wide of Bostad. Remember, we're talking here about a 1-goal hockey game. 3-2 Riverkings. Under 15 minutes for the third.
Well, Milt, I had our crack research team do some investigating for us.
Otherwise known as a smartphone.
Well, right?
That's
our Dr. Google. And it tells us here that 9 of Coach Quarters' players have been drafted to the NHL.
Okay, so 9 draft picks off of teams that he has coached. Backhanded along and to the zone.
He's had a lot of success as a coach.
Oh, man, so. Absolutely he has. Stepping in, it's I. Wrister that goes off the glove hand of Bostad, followed up by McKenzie. Save, rebound, I banging away. And play is whistled dead.
Yeah, speaking of a lot of success, you know, Timo I came into the game with 38 points. I think he's picked up 2 tonight so far. So he's been a great addition to the team this year.
Metamora, Michigan is home for Timo.
Originally?
I don't know about originally, but that's what's in the program. Kreger battling as I does as well. Here comes Timo with the wrist shot. Oh, slips out of the glove of Bosted, but over the net and to the back boards. Centered out high, or to the high slot, and I backhanded it along.
See, but he's going to the net, staying in that slot. You know, you stay on their front porch like that, things are going to happen. That first goal he got tonight, you know, he just deflected that down and in, and that was just from being in the right position. So
Kyle Smith turns away as one of the Mullets spills into the boards.
That mullet got smoked.
Not a play in the neutral zone right now.
They're just a step behind right now from getting to those pucks. Defensively, they're doing a good job. They're taking them out.
Sweeney there is ridden off the puck by Hartley, pushing the Mullets out and all the way down where Bosted will play the puck. Ooh, Mullets got
nice forecheck.
Hit in the head there as he was doing that forecheck. Got an elbow, not an intentional elbow, but he got the elbow right up alongside the helmet there. Oh, that play nearly offside. I guess that little bobble with the puck was well into the zone, but Bradshaw makes a save on a shot well out.
Well, it's about time for one team or the other to start putting on the press.
Right now, the game lacks a little bit of flow. It's not a lot of carrying the puck deep into the offensive zone. A lot of neutral ice play. Past Edwards, Gutterman chases. Gutterman will get there first.
It's like Hartley's down behind the plate.
Yep, he's dragging a leg
slow
there.
Getting up, yeah.
Young, high slot through traffic.
Nope.
Edwards tried to deflect it, rebound off the post, and now the goal has come free after the Stevenson shot.
That's how you're going to be successful, though.
Watching. I think Hartley's doing all right. I think he was stung, but I think he's doing all right.
Yeah, he seems to be okay. Next goal is going to be very important.
Through traffic. I scores!
There it is.
And how about that for on cue? Timo I, second of the night, comes at the 8:08 mark of the third period to give the Riverkings a 4-2 lead.
So both goaltenders tonight have been beaten off the faceoff. So you got to shoot the puck a lot.
So the Riverkings push the lead out to 4-2. And we'll see who gets the assists on the Timo I goal.
There we go.
And another one.
Just like you said earlier, Milt, you know, they start getting goals in bunches.
So
our camera crew is excited.
12 seconds later, at the 8:20 mark, I believe it's going to be Cole Kreger's goal. I was listening for the assists on the I goal and committing the cardinal error, which is never to look away from the ice. And Kreger put it in, but Art was on the job, and you'll be able to get a replay from behind Bosted in goal on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media coverage.
That was just kind of a little bit of a broken play, it looked like. And puck started bobbling around, and Kreger was able to get to it and put it up and in. So and you can see, you know, the goalie's down already. There's nobody near him with the puck. He's already down on those pads, though.
That pass is intercepted by the Mullets as they head out. 5-2 Riverkings with 2 goals in 12 seconds. And now they have a 3-goal cushion here tonight against the Mullets, trying to get their 48th and 49th points of the season. Fleming's 4th point, Peterson's 3rd point of the night. I have a feeling that Raymond Fleming might be one of the 3 stars of the hockey game.
He might be passing somebody out a T-shirt at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, good for him.
All the way down. Stevenson the first there to get it for the Riverkings. Young is double teamed in the corner. Stevenson out there with Edwards. Edwards drives the net.
Yeah, they double teamed him, and even that might not be enough.
And once again, the same linesman is down. And look at that snow on his referee's pants. Oh, man.
Gazelle-like again, getting back up to his feet, though.
I'm not sure that I would describe it like that. You know what we were talking about earlier tonight about whether goaltenders were nimble or not?
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure he's the nimblest of the linesmen tonight.
Probably not an example.
10 minutes halfway through period number 3. And we have a man coming in the slot. It was The pass doesn't get through from Krager. Jurgen steps in, brings the puck with him off the point. Moves it to Krager, shoots, shot it off the leg of Holm. Picked up again, room here for Backhander just high into the corner.
I think the Mullets are getting a little upset.
Holm now in the corner. Past him at the red line.
Hey, good smart play by McKenzie there. He picked the puck up just inside his blue line, didn't have anywhere to go, moved it over, got it out of the area. Good play.
Moore chips it in.
At this point, you got a 3-goal lead. You don't need to take chances.
Oh, Moore with a big hit on Holm in front of the bench, and then coming in, and big hit from behind by Perkins on Moore. And here comes Peterson in to score the goal. And Matt Moore turned and looked back to the Mullet bench and celebrated the River King goal at the 10:59 mark of the 3rd.
That was a great shot. And that may be the end of the night here.
Looks like Klatt is coming in to play goal. A flurry of goals for the River Kings here. The first came at the 8:08 mark, and we're now at the 10:59 mark. So River Kings have 3 goals in less than 3 minutes to take a 6-2 lead. And Adam Peterson with another goal and his 4th point of the night. So big night for him as he continues his outstanding year.
Absolutely. You know, when you can put a couple of goals on a board like that, that definitely helps your goaltender out, takes the pressure off of him. Well, the Mullets are starting to put a little pressure on, so.
That's Peterson from Moore. Time of the goal, 10:59.
Looks like somebody's going to sit down.
Goal for Minnesota, number 33, Tyler Klatt.
So Klatt comes in to play goal. Moore assists on the Peterson goal. River Kings lead at 6-2. And Evan Erdman is off to give the Mullets the power play here.
Wisconsin Rapids penalty to number 20, Evan Erdman.
In this
2 minutes for roughing. 2 minutes for roughing to Wisconsin.
it's now a 4-goal lead for the River Kings. So Krager is out there with let me see, Fleming and Steer and Peterson to kill off the penalty. Bradshaw makes a relatively routine save. 17th shot on goal of the night.
Yeah, River Kings caught a little bit of a break there. There was kind of a quick whistle, but we'll take it.
Perkins at the point. Now Frederick goes cross ice to Holm. High slot. Gutterman has his shot blocked by Jordan Steer. Perkins lost the puck as he's pressured by Peterson. Frederick through the high slot, and Holmes gets it.
See, and they're moving towards the shooter now. They're not giving him a lot of time and space.
Oh, and Fleming saw Peterson. Here comes Adam for the hat trick on left wing. Moves it on the backhand side, and it's blocked at the defense. Minute 20 on the power play for Perkins. Flies by and all the way in on goal, and Bradshaw's down, and he's got it for the save.
That was a nice move by the Mullet player. So to go back about that quick whistle earlier, the rule is once the referee loses sight of the puck,
yes,
then he has to blow the whistle.
Yep.
And so he was back behind the other side of the net that time.
He was compelled to blow the whistle. Shot all the way down here on the penalty kill. Riverkings have done an outstanding job on the penalty kill tonight. They're 3 for 3 as this one's in progress with Edwards turning it out. We're down to 50 seconds of 5-on-4 hockey. 6-2 Riverkings with 7.5 minutes to go in the third period. Turned back by Stevenson.
And I think the Mullets, they're down a bunch now, but this is an important power play for them and for their confidence. And they're just not getting anywhere right now. The Riverkings are really clogging everything up, which is great.
McKenzie's high slot, firing it off to the side, nothing doing there.
Nice job with the glove there by Bradshaw.
Bradshaw makes the save. Number 16 for him tonight.
Yeah, he's been solid this year. Here's a Mullet player tripped over the blue line.
Off the draw, the Riverkings move it ahead. Now the 50-50 puck that Peterson backhands along and all the way down. Past Krager. Hullaby drops it in. Back at full strength. The Riverkings 4 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight. Sweeney moves with the puck. Morgan Sweeney now battling in behind the goal with Raymond Fleming.
Special teams have been pretty good this year.
Fleming double teamed in the corner, gets help from Cole Krager. And the
nice to see Peterson out there working them too.
Just going to wait it out till they move that puck. And that's his privilege as a referee. I check Sweeney at the point. Sweeney tries to bring it around his man and does. Shot it, save Bradshaw.
That was a great job by Bradshaw there. He got it through the defenseman. A lot of goalies may have been thrown off by that puck getting through the defender's legs. He stayed with it though.
5.5 for the third period. We talked earlier in the game, Paul, about Bostad being a big goaltender. Drake Bradshaw, 6'2". Past Peterson and off the front of the bench of the Mullets.
Yeah, they're not growing goaltenders like Darren Pang anymore.
Backhanded along by Trevino. Here comes Kyle Smith on right wing. Krachnik back to the point and Hartley. Through traffic. Smith tried to redirect it. Held at the point by Millis. And now off the glass, but still not out of the zone. Kyle Smith battling for the Riverkings.
Good battle down in the corner.
Well, they come. Lindblom carries on left wing. Down he goes. Same blue lines. Tripped a player there.
Well, that's our home end.
Lindblom just directs it into the zone. Erdman out of the zone.
Nice play.
Picking up the puck and advancing it is Evan Erdman. Jurgens steps in, steals, moves it along, in front, spinning, Millis, man's open, Edwards scores! Jesse Edwards makes it 7-2 Riverkings as the goal comes at 16:01 of the third.
And the shutout's over. Well, you know, you got to give the Riverkings a lot of credit. Even though they're up by a bunch of points, they're not stopping. They're continuing to put pressure on there, and you know, some people may say it's running up the score, but I think it's, you know, they're here to compete, and they're here to let the rest of the league know that, you know, they're not going to give up.
7-2. We're still waiting on the assist on the Edwards goal. Young knocks his man to the ice. Edwards, Jurgens drops it low for Edwards.
He was assisted by number 6, Harold Jurgens.
Jurgens gets one assist.
13, Luke Milius. That's Edwards from Jurgens and Milius. Time of the goal, 16.
Milius gets the assist. 7-2 Riverkings with 3 minutes to go in the third.
Great job defensively there by the Riverkings. Jurgens stayed back in center ice, waiting for the anticipation of that puck coming back out. And then the Riverkings, once the puck did get to their end, they collapsed down on the players. So
Holmes drags it in, and they score from the slot. Perkins gets the goal.
Well, unfortunately, they left him alone there in that slot.
Perkins with the goal makes it 7-3. Might be surprised to learn we had a scoreless first period tonight, but we had 5 goals in the second, and so far here we've had 5 goals in the third. 7-3 Riverkings. And now they're going to toss Hayden Ripley out of the faceoff circle, and they're going to drop it for a third time.
Gazelle liking picking up the puck.
Jordan Steer. Jordan's from Frisco, Texas. And I wonder how often the weather gets this way in Frisco, Texas.
Well, I think right now, Captain Peterson's got a little bit to say to one of the Mullet players who brought his stick up a little high.
Adam goes to the penalty box. And the Mullets will head to the power play with 2:37 to go in the hockey game.
I believe that puts Peterson 2/3 of the way to the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Just lacks a fight, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Slashing is the call. So Steer and Fleming, I and Krager will kill it off here for the Riverkings, who will maintain their hold on second place in the Western Division of the Premier Midwest Junior Hockey League.
Closing the gap.
Look at that. Look at A just take it to, ooh, Holm really hit him. And
that was a big elbow. I'm a little surprised that they didn't call him on that. That was pretty blatant.
And it bent him over the bench. Here's a shot from Gutterman that I don't know that got through to Bradshaw. Gutterman now moves it for Koulis. Frederick. Perkins on the far side, one of their goal scorers. 1:20 for the power play, 2 minutes for the hockey game.
Well, tomorrow night should be interesting.
I think it will be.
So the Mullets will be looking to try and even this series up. And
the Riverkings will be looking to draw to within 5 points of the Hudson Havoc. So if the Riverkings are in good shape here tonight, that would pull them to within 7. And if they could win tomorrow night and sweep the series, they'd pull to within 5 of Hudson. And then Hudson likely on home ice to beat Steele County, so they'd have a 7-point lead when they came here next Friday night. Pushed ahead, Erdman's going to have a breakaway. Stevenson, excuse me. Klatt came out to play the puck and did it well. A shorthand breakaway, yep.
He scored on one of those earlier this year, I believe.
And a save by Bradshaw with 44 to the power play and a minute 21 to the third.
So you got any speculation for the 3 stars tonight, Milt?
I believe that Peterson and Fleming will be 2. My vote for the third is Cole Krager. I think he's played a strong all-around game. It'll be interesting to see what they decide downstairs. But that's my list. What's yours?
I think I agree with your first 2 picks. I might have said Timo I.
Oh, yep. He's had an outstanding night. Yep.
So
off the glass and out.
You have a good night when you have to ponder several times who's the star is going to be for your teams.
Yeah, that's right. 47 seconds for the game. There's 7 for the power play. Borison moves with the puck. Final 35 seconds, 7-3 Riverkings. Shot in by Young, and he collides with
got the stick up a little bit there.
One of the Mullets who's down on the ice and holding his face.
Yeah, Young got the stick up on him. I don't think he was intentionally trying to injure him, but
I cannot see the number from here of the Mullet who's on the ice.
I can't see it myself. He's right along the glass there, maybe 23.
Okay, number 23 is
Morrison.
Tyler Morrison. Well, the good news is that Tyler's got the shield, so.
Right. Yeah, he's heading to the locker room, though. With less than 20 seconds left to go, that makes sense.
I don't believe we're going to get anything out of that, however. I don't see any indication of a penalty call.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to hurt him.
Our thanks to Art and Nathan on the Wisconsin Rapids community media side, to Matt and Zach on the hockey TV side. Whoa, and one of the Riverkings is tripped there and spills to the ice. 10 seconds left in the hockey game. We appreciate those gentlemen and what they do to make the broadcast possible for you. Paul and I get the pleasure of just talking about the game as we watch it with you. But those guys do the hard work, and we're thankful for them.
They do a great job. And I think we may have not mentioned, but thank you to Grace's Family Restaurant for the warm-up uniforms tonight, and Polito's Pizza for sponsoring the team as well.
So we're going to hang on here with you just for a couple of moments. We want to see the Riverkings salute to their fans and then the 3 stars of the hockey game. They'll be doing that momentarily, and we'll stick around and bring you that. So as we wait to see that, Paul, here come the Riverkings out to do the center ice salute. Your thoughts on the hockey game here this evening? For the Riverkings finally getting it going there in the second period and end up putting 7 goals on the board.
Well, I think you called it. 10 goals with no goals in the second or in the first period at all. So when you did call it that when they started scoring, it would be scoring in bunches.
And
I'm sure the Mullets would have liked to have seen the score go in the other direction for them, but the Riverkings they're just a tough team. They just don't give up. So Coach Quarters really does a good job coaching them up. And you see a lot of that leadership and a lot of the captains on a team coaching on the ice as well. So they're really on top of things.
By golly, Raymond Fleming is not one of the 3 stars. It's Peterson, Krager, and I. We'll see in what order. Team OI is the third star of the hockey game. Looks like then Cole Kreger and Adam Peterson.
He had a nice goal earlier, so I think that
I liked his game tonight.
Yeah.
All around game. Peterson, the team's leading scorer, is once again here tonight, the first star of the hockey game. Well, Paul, you have a great call tomorrow night. We'll see you 1 week from tonight when the Mullets are here. You continue, please, fans, to follow Riverkings hockey on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media and Hockey TV. Good night from the Southwood County Rec Center.